Welcome to the R2RB podcast series, where we interview local musicians and get to know them on a more personal basis. I'm Deb Lamata, your host for R2RB podcast series. This podcast is about the local musician's journey, their influences, their creative process, and so much more. We'll also highlight their music and let you know where they will be playing their next gig. So sit back, relax, and enjoy R2RB podcast series. Hi, and welcome to the R2RB podcast. Tonight, we have some special guests with us tonight, Frnds versus Frnds. I'm going to let each of you introduce yourselves. You tell us who you are and what you do with Frnds versus Frnds.
Beautiful people. Hello, my name is Kyle Byrd. My initials are KB, and they call me that, and I just let them do it. So I'm one of the guys who's on this podcast, and I tell a bunch of jokes and I order wings right after the episode is done.
What's going on? What's going on? Peace, peace, peace. Yo, this is Adan Farrah, aka Stat Man. I'm the one that gets made fun of by a few people for giving the nonsense facts and news and information that people be like, where do you get this from? I love it. It's a good time where I get to talk with my stuff, with my people, and it's an adventure every episode.
Well, we know that because we listen to it, and we just never know what you might be coming up with.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
On your podcast. Oh my gosh. It's like, have you listened to it? To Ron, have you listened to it? Ron is faithful. He can't wait to get your podcast. He'll go through that as soon as it comes through the mail. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when you guys listen to that, those conversations, we were having them years ago, just in barbershops, in the car, going to someone's game or something. We're really just having the conversations we would have anyway. That's why it seems like that, because we really are. We're just hanging out, talking about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just mentioned and talked about organic. And so where did you all meet each other?
I met JT in high school. He actually lived with us for a little bit too. His parents know my parents, that type of thing. And naturally, we hit it off, even though he likes different basketball teams than I do. He likes this blue team out of North Carolina, the wrong color blue. I like
the Crips and the Bloods.
He likes the other one. We don't talk about it much, but that's what he's doing, I'm sure. But I met him in high school, and then my guy here, the Stat Man, I know him as Adan. This guy, I met him freshman year in college, but we were roommates.
We met at orientation.
Yep.
And
I guess that's worked out because you're still friends.
Yeah. We were each other's best men in our weddings. I've had his 3 kids are my godchildren. When I have children one day, he's going to be their godfather. So, yeah.
I like it.
He helped enroll me back in school when I went back the first time after having a family and everything. I was gonna kind of walk away because I didn't get really a favorable answer from financial aid, and he went with me, and I have my oldest son in a car seat. So I'm like, all right, well, they said no. He was like, no, wait a minute. He advocated for me in that moment, and I got my stuff done that day. I was like, well, that's one of the things I admire him for, is because he digs deeper. He takes things. He's a tinkerer. He's a practitioner. While all the other stuff is going on behind the scenes, there's steps being taken. You can count on him being the one actually taking those steps. Always admired that. I told him that. He knows this.
Yeah, and there's not enough people like that. Truly.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
To have that
good qualities.
Right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so that kind of carried on, and we'll get to that point in a moment. So you're friends, you're out of college now. You stay in touch this whole time? You don't fall out?
No, we talk almost every day.
Yeah. I drive for work. So sometimes I'll be getting ready to fall asleep. I call this guy, or he'll make sure I'm good. We talk almost every day.
To and from work.
Yeah, and so you talk basketball. You've always talked basketball. You've talked about everything else under the sun. So who came up with the concept for Frnds versus Frnds?
That actually was JT.
The podcast itself, yeah, that was JT.
And did he pitch you the idea?
He pitched both of us.
Yeah.
He got Adan first.
And did you like the idea, or was it something like, when I pitched my idea to Ron about R2RB, he said, yeah, no.
Like Kyle said, we talk about basketball all the time. Like, we were in text messages, and we're all three of us are diehard Knicks fans. Like, if anyone talks about the Knicks being painfully horrible at times, we have been with the Knicks for the good, the bad, the ugly, the disgusting times of being a Knick.
It's been tough.
So we talk a lot, and it was funny. It was like the pandemic had happened, and we would talk from time to time. Like, sometimes one of us would talk on the phone, the other one would talk to the other one. And it was like, yo, like, we have knowledge. We've all played basketball. We've all played sports in our lives. It was like, yo, we can actually discuss this on a podcast. And one day we just did a test run, and we actually enjoyed it. And then we gave it to some of our friends, and they asked us, how many takes did it take for you all to do that? It sounded perfect. And we were like, that was only our first take. We've never had to redo an episode ever. It's only been one take, and that's it.
And that's not easy. So when you have a balance between all of you like that, then you have something that is very special, and that you can take a conversation and text messaging and on the phone. It's not always easy then to turn it around and put it into a podcast format. But you've done it.
It's fun because the fact that we all have our different views. Is like, he's a bigger guy, so he's like the center. He's the power forward. He's the enforcer. JT is that shooting guard, small forward. He's the pretty boy. He likes to score. He likes to be flashy and stylish. Kyle likes to be dominant, like Shaq, Ewing. I'm the point guard. I just like, hey, I'll throw it to y'all. Y'all do what you do. I don't care as long as we're winning. It's the prettiness.
That is how it goes.
It's the prettiness of them doing it is what makes it crazy good. But yeah, none of it. There's never been a time where we're like, oh crap, we have to redo this, or we didn't like how someone said something. It was just like, okay, we just go with it.
And do you discuss what you're going to talk about prior to recording, or do you just go organic?
No, we have topics that we talk about. What we do is we have a list, like we have a lineup of what we're going to talk about. But it's not like we say, hey, this topic, I'm going to say X, Y, and Z. This topic, you're going to say it and all that. Mm-hmm. It's just like we just talk and we go with it. Nothing is ever pre-planned.
This is where our personalities and the way they work off of each other and all that comes into play. I'm more of the creative. I came up with the concept for the logo. The name of it is actually partly my name on Instagram. The merch that has been taking so long to do because I'm so scatterbrained. But then that's why we have the hard worker. Adan is the networker, the guy who goes out, he goes and gets things. He's the organizer. So he writes us a list and puts it in our text messages. And then I just come up and JT will say something. He knows the X's and O's. So he looks at those topics from that standpoint. I look at it from a creative standpoint, and Adan knows every weird detail about people, where they went to school, elementary school, the bathroom that they went to the most, and, their mom's favorite pie recipe and stuff like that, and her salary. He knows that stuff. So it works well because we all just have our position, and it doesn't even feel like a hierarchy. There's just like
it's an even playing field with you guys.
Yeah. Not that we mind working. We're all of us are that guy who wants to fit in on a team. We all play team sports, so sometimes it's my time to go up. Sometimes it's JT's, like he usually starts the episodes, and then we can hand it off to Adan anytime that we need to. It's a versatile thing. It takes a lot off of my chest.
Sure, and this is why Frnds versus Frnds has gone on to become what it is. And how long have you been in production now?
Almost 2 years now.
2 years now, yeah. And each season it gets better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
you. Adan, you're stat man. I got to get to the name because Who first called you stat man?
JT.
JT.
Yeah, because he was like, yo, just talk about the stats. And from that, talking about the stats and all that, I enjoyed stuff like that. Understanding like why a player is the way he is or why teams want certain players. It's like understanding like the back end, all that information. Like I went to school for sports management. My dream and goal was to always work for the Knicks as the basketball operations president or the GM one day, or just to work in the NBA and player development or basketball operations. So like literally studying that and wanting to network was something I always wanted to do. I actually did have the opportunity to work with an NBA executive, like an internship, for almost a year. And that actually was cool because I actually had the opportunity to actually talk to an NBA executive, and everything that was in my head wasn't perfect, but it was actually stuff that was like, oh, like that would work, or oh, that's how some of them think about it. And that was an opportunity that I just never would give away in a lifetime. That's something I could always cherish for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. What a fantastic opportunity that was. Oh my God.
It was a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. And KB, do you have a nickname other than your K and B?
Not really. I have a bunch of stuff. We have our jokes. My mom calls me stuff that I won't tell you. Pet names and stuff that I'm
wife. Your wife.
Classified. Coach, dad. It's to the point now where it might be another little kid like, Dad, and I turn around like, what? That's my first name now.
Right? It's
really
true.
Just my initials. I don't know. I think my personality, I don't have a street name or anything, but you know me for certain stuff, and I'm gonna always understate it because I don't know. I want you to know what it is when you're looking at it. So like we used to talk about on the basketball court, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bigger guy, right? I'm a football guy first, but I still like to play basketball and I want to be well-rounded. So when me and Adam would go to courts at the school, they're thinking I'm going to be this goofy guy, but really I've done almost every sport. I played lacrosse for 2 years. I've done it all. So a lot of my game is by misdirection and just kind of I'm not overly fast, but I'm lateral enough. So I get into the things where I fit in. So how it works is when we come up the court, I'm moving, not very fast, but I keep moving. And then I get in someone's way and then I move out of it and Adam sees me, he passes me the ball. I can shoot, but they don't know that yet. So then I hit the shot. Adam, you know how it goes. You could tell me what happened.
My man, there was a time at Kurztown, we met in Kurztown University. This one person was like, "You picking him?" And it was like, "Okay, bet." Had to give him the ball, and that person got disrespected, and he no longer touched the court because Kyle had to show him.
I have a full-blown protocol.
Highlight tapes.
Ron, you're a tall guy. Tall guy. I'm only 5'10". I'm like Jerome Bettis. So when I come down the court, I'm setting up down there. I'm running into you. Then you're going to jab me a little bit. I'm going to kind of float back a little bit. I'm going to play with your peripheral vision. I'm going to hop back, get an open shot, hopefully. After that open shot, they're like, all right, you just let the fat guy, the Kung Fu Panda hit the open shot.
Hit a three on you.
So the next time that they see me doing that, here they come. They're going to block my shot. Well, I just pump faked. Yeah. Now I'm going to the hole, and I don't mind getting hit because I'm really
I'm still with my hands up.
Yeah. Well, somebody like you're one of the guys who I kind of, it doesn't always work. You can block a hook shot.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, I played a little ball myself. Street ball primarily.
Very careful and creative with a run around watching me.
Right.
I ain't been on the court in a minute.
That's what we haven't either. Please don't think that. We have not either. I just got done coaching a football season.
Wow. Love it. Absolutely. So let me ask you something about the beginning of the podcast. You said that everything went smoothly while you were recording, but did you have any difficulties really getting it started and off the ground?
Yeah. We first were on Discord.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. So our very first thing we did Discord, and the internet servers at Discord wasn't really working. So then that's when we actually spoke with Jabron, and Jabron elevated us from being amateurs to actually being someone that growing professionals in the game. And he cleaned up our sound. We went into his studio, and that's when we knew we can actually do things. And then all of a sudden, his studio where he had mold.
Oh,
and
no.
then we had then it went from having mold to we had to go to a new place. And then that place was cool, but it was a little congested. And as you know, we like our space. Then we went from another space to now the barbershop. And now you see us maxing and relaxing and having fun, and we're in our environment, because our whole thing was to be like kind of like the barbershop is like a country club for guys.
Oh yeah.
So we wanted it to make it feel like you're at home, you're with your friends, you're with your people that is cool. And we just knew that the spot before that we couldn't do that. So that was the only troubles that we had, and then we just slowly just kept improving.
And you have absolutely continued to improve on Friends versus Friends. So how about a funniest moment during filming?
You got that funny, man.
Me?
I got one. I got one.
They call me funny. It's like every episode. I'll tell you one, when we were on Discord, I wasn't aware, but I guess I fell asleep. I fell backwards and was asleep. They had to like call me, and I was like, what? I sat back up, and I was like, I can't sit on my bed anymore. I can't sit on my bed anymore. Very comfortable bed. I don't know how funny you thought that was, Adan. How was that? You told me.
Oh no, I was the one that was texting you.
Of course he was.
The funny one. The funniest times is anytime they like picking on me. So anytime I have my friends, they're like, "Yo, you keep getting made fun of." They said Kyle is always that one that like throws that big slam dunk into the episode. Like, it's always cool hearing the information, but Kyle always comes with that one punch, and it could be to me or JT. But he starts it all, and everyone says like that one thing he said just made the episode go from great to amazing.
Right.
Absolutely. Do you each have a podcast, your favorite podcast? Is there one that stands out with each of you?
I'm a football guy. Lately, it's been Raw Room.
No, so you're talking about our episodes.
Yeah, your episode, but you can tell me what else you like.
You know what? That was JT's fault. He's not here, so I'm being weird. I thought you were asking about our personal favorite podcast.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, do I have one? We got to talk about sneakers a lot in one of them.
Wait. That's my favorite.
It is?
Yes. So it's Frnds.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you guys remember those sneakers? What I'm talking about?
Yes.
I listen primarily for you guys' antics, the interactions you guys have between each other, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'm like, oh my God. And then you take us back to memory lane on some things, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then I'm laughing hilariously.
Thank you.
You guys do your thing. I'm like, oh man, and this, it's just so natural. I'm like, oh no, he said.
Yeah, and I hadn't listened to the podcast yet. Ron had listened to it first, and he was like, "Did you hear? Did you listen?" I was like, "No, I haven't had a chance. You got to listen. You got to listen. They're talking about sneakers." It's like, okay.
I love
Kyle.
Oh my God.
Kyle has a PhD in Nike sneakers and any shoes that athletes wear.
And let me interject one more time. I just finished up an interview, and the DJ that I interviewed has a huge selection, a huge collection, thank you, of sneakers that he sold off the majority of his sneakers and had enough money for a down payment on a home.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You go.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, tell us about
Wow.
this because the sneaker one.
About sneakers, I got into sneakers when I was born. My aunt, well, we were very close. My aunt was like 13, so when I was walking, she used to take me to the mall and we'd get matching sneakers. So I always just I looked forward to the sneakers, and I started noticing other ones. I like chunky basketball sneakers, and I never grew out of that. I love that. And I'm the type of person who I like wearing what I like to wear. It has to fit me. It has to make me feel good. It might not be what everybody's doing, but it's the thing I like. So when I look at people, I remember their sneakers. And my favorite player, you might not believe this, is Shaq for
Really?
certain reasons. And yeah, when he hit the scene, I was probably 6, and they had the whole Shaq attack thing going on. So I had this bed sheet where the top was his jersey, the middle was his shorts, and then the bottom was the sneakers, the Shaq Attack 2s. So now I'm stuck on it. It's a thing that I like. I don't get to have them all the time because I have priorities, mortgages, and kids.
Adult.
All that adult stuff.
Stuff,
Adulting.
yeah.
Adulting.
Oh, yeah.
But every once in a while, I'll be able to go, get something, and I notice what people are wearing, even the football cleats.
So how did the podcast though end up centered around sneakers? How did you get to that point with that podcast?
Basketball, hip hop, and sneakers just go hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's easy. You're gonna put on something. Me being a bigger guy, I always have to have the ankle support. So I end up getting some high top stuff. And lately, if you haven't noticed, the basketball sneakers have been very low cut and everything. The sneakers that everybody likes the most on and off the court are like Jordans and stuff from the 90s.
Yeah.
The 90s and the late 80s were the best sneakers that they had. And those happen to be my wheelhouse because I need the ankle support. So I need a big old high top sneaker all the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll have a challenge. I came up with games and stuff to play my segments during those shows. And sometimes I'll pick a team based on the sneakers that I like. And JT and Adan know the sneakers that they're talking about because I just show up with them and they're like, look, this guy got another pair. And it's always, some of my favorite players or things that I need to wear on the court.
I like it.
It's the parallel between basketball and sneakers is uncanny if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Adan, what's one of your favorite podcasts?
All of them, but the two that I'm gonna say was actually when JT and this is when people thought we were really like arguing, like fighting. It was when we were debating about Steve Kerr being a good coach and that the Warriors made him who he is. The other one is when Kyle and JT make fun of me for talking about Doc Rivers in almost every episode. And not wanting him to be on a team, and then telling people he was going to get fired, and then he finally got fired. And then I felt bad, but I explained my reasoning. But they keep clowning me, saying that you wanted the guy fired. You talked about having his Uber outside. You wanted him. You didn't think it was going to work, and this, that, and the third. They keep clowning me about it, and every one of my friends keep like, "Yo, y'all really have this deep hatred for Doc Rivers, and they keep clowning you about it." I was like, look, I like the guy. He's a good coach, but he just did not need to be coaching at this team.
That's it.
Doc Rivers of all people, man. He's probably such a really nice guy. I always tease him. He's going to meet Doc Rivers. He's going to be the nicest dude he ever met before in his life. And then he's not going to be able to tell him about our podcast. He's him on every episode. Oh, my God.
So those are all of them, but those two episodes hit the most for me.
Oh my God, I love them. Oh yeah, like I said, we both enjoy listening. Absolutely, 100%. So what have each of you learned about yourselves during this process of this podcast?
Anything is possible. Being able to do this while being family men, by also working, by also doing our other extracurricular activities, and still having time to be able to do this and do it at a great ability and still like being able to talk to people. I said the first thing I wanted to do ever was to at least get one NBA person to follow us. And that was my goal. And I went hard for it. We got Ben Wallace, Hall of Fame Ben Wallace, to actually follow us on Instagram. So that was the biggest achievement that I actually thought that made me happy, because from time to time he'll look at our story. He might actually answer some of the poll questions. And so that was the biggest thing for me.
Wow.
What about you, KB?
Yeah.
And this is genuine. I think about it all the time. I appreciate this before, but it really just highlighted how blessed I am to be working with two dudes that I genuinely respect, and this is my circle of friends. I already told you, Miss Deb, about Adam being the hardest working person that I know personally in life. JT is 1A. The dude is a grinder. There's things that I don't like asking people. I don't like to waste people's time, but Adam and JT have this audacity that they're going to ask for it. That internship that Adam's talking about, he was talking about it. And those things, they sound great to me. But if it were me, I'd feel a little bit intimidated asking for that, because I feel like, am I going to be able to offer enough value to that person to even be dealing with me? But he really does. Adam really does. And for him to carry that on, it shows his work ethic. And I admire this. JT, he's a family man just like the rest of us. Um, he got Jabron to record our last episode that we just did. And I got that text message about that while I'm driving my van. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. And I was like eating tacos and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay, right? What an idea. Okay, let me know what happens. And guess what? When I walked into the studio, Jabron was there. So um, I get to work alongside two of my peers, two men that I respect and actually admire and look up to. And I feel gratitude every day for being able to do that.
And if we got one thing, I'm gonna give you the biggest high praise for it. Being able to have our first logo that we got you designed, that was created, and also our first merch. Even though time and finances are slowly having that, you were the one who actually got us our first merch. So you got to actually talk about that too as well. So I always say thank you for complimenting me, but you have to let people know you were the forefront with the logo, because we didn't have a logo at the time, and we finally got the logo, and people loved our logo. And for me, just like how you hear Kyle's always compliment me, I'm always telling people like, who did that? It wasn't something that we had to pay for someone to come in our brains. Kyle actually had, like I told you, this guy could write a paper 15 minutes before a class and get an A. This man took the time to draw it all out. It came out there, and then it got designed, and it was perfect.
Well, I have to say, and I haven't met JT, but seeing him on the podcast and how you all interact with each other, the respect that you have for each other, the genuine love for each other, what you all bring to the table, you all bring something different, and yet it all works perfectly for this podcast. You bring, it's organic, absolutely. You bring such vibrance, and it's fun to listen to you, and you want to be there, and you want to be part of it. That I am, well, both Ron and I are so happy that you reached out to us, and that we have been doing this now for a year, and I really look forward, and so does Ron, to having on board for many more years. So yeah, you just have something that really works really well.
Thank you so much for saying it. Thank you.
You are welcome. So is there anything else that I haven't touched on, you guys haven't talked about, that you want to share with everybody? Like, where can we find you?
You can find us on YouTube, Friends versus Friends. You can find us on Instagram. Please follow us on Friends versus Friends. That's FRNDSVSFRNDS. You can find us on Twitter, Friends versus Friends. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Friends versus Friends. We're on a lot of profile different platforms. You can find us on Reel to Reel. So that's the important place where you got to find us. But yeah, that's where you can find us, and you could always we daily post something on Instagram, either polls, either videos, either news and updates. I will say this because he's not here to give. I'm gonna give him the glory on this. Those the videos that's done by JT.
Oh, wow.
The posts with the news
Yep.
and all of that that's done by me.
Wow.
The polls that are done that's done by Kyle because Kyle also does TikTok for us as well. We're trying to formulate more on TikTok, but like we always bring something to the table. Kyle does the stories with the polls. I'll do the news and updates. JT does the videos.
And again, you just each balance each other out. I do have one more question. So what advice would you give somebody just starting out and wanting to create a podcast? Run.
What advice that I would give them?
Well, you can go, you can tell, well, you can give some advice, but
oh my goodness. Just jump right in and do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just jump right in and do it. It's a lot of work. It might be scary at times, a lot of things you haven't dealt with. Just don't be afraid to mess up. Just go, you learn as you go.
Thank you.
What about you guys?
You go.
You gotta be patient. One thing is Rome wasn't built in a day. A lot of times you might want to give up and you have to find like-minded people. If it wasn't for Kyle, myself, and JT being on the same page, there would be chaos, and chaos doesn't want success. So you have to find like-minded people to be successful, because if you all are walking in the same line, the same beat, the same structure, you're going to go the same path. That's what a lot of people want to do, the quickness. No, you got to actually have some patience and discipline.
Absolutely. KB?
My point would be similar to that. I would say you don't have to do everything by yourself. That's one of the things, I don't know if you can tell, but sometimes I can be in my head a lot. And what Ron said about just do it. That's JT right there. I lean on him for that stuff. And then where I might want to be in my own head, like, well, how am I going to do it? Adan's like, yeah, we have these steps right here. This is the research and stuff. Because I'm elevated to whatever level we're all going to, because I can lean on my two other teammates at any time, and they can call me at night, bounce ideas off, or I'll have something. We're available to each other. If it was just me, you guys wouldn't have got a podcast. You would have never gotten it. I don't even know if you would have gotten a full Instagram post. But these guys, you have a creative guy, you have an organizer, and you have one guy who's a doer going out to just pound the pavement. Super hard workers, family men, like-minded guys. We understand how it is in life, just trying to do things. But I'm so happy to be along with people. I don't have to do everything by myself. No, nowhere near it at all.
And that is important. I mean, that's why Ron and I most of the time get along. and we're able to bounce things up. I mean, in all honesty, it's very important to have either, like, you have each other, I have Ron, or to even have a mentor to reach out to. Because how many times do you have a question about something, and there's always going to be somebody that has either gone through it or has, a tip to get through it. And so I'm always a big advocate to have a mentor or somebody to reach out to.
Networking is power.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I can't thank you guys enough. KB and the Stat Man. Thank you for JT. We miss you. I'm really upset that you're not here tonight.
Shots fired.
I'm not cutting this part out. You will hear it.
It's okay.
But I appreciate it, all of you. And Ron and I definitely look forward to many years together.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We love this journey too. We can't wait till your website's up and running. As long as you'll keep having us, we'll keep making jokes and new logos and stuff, and blaming JT because this is his fault.
Absolutely.
If we can grow together.
Always.
Life is good.
Yeah.
All right. Again, thank you all, and everybody have a great night.
You do the same.
All right, peace.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the R2RB podcast series. You can listen to the podcast on www.r2rb.com/podcast or on r2rb.buzzsprout.com. Are you a local musician that would like to be a guest on the R2RB podcast series? You can email us at info@r2rb.com. Have a suggestion for the next podcast interview? Send that to info@r2rb.com. Find us on Facebook at R2RB Broadcasting and on Instagram at R2RB. Until next time, keep the music playing.